In the bee yard. This is the bee cove where we're at right now. We're going to do some, we're going to be checking out some beehives. Let me show you guys the beehives that we will be checking out. Spin the camera. Those are the beehives that we're going to be addressing. So there's 3 here. There is the Bee Gees, the Carney bees, and that's just a split. I don't have a cool name for it. Kind of a dork that way. So we're going to be getting in there. We're going to start off with this hive first. We're going to be looking for a queen. We're going to be looking to see how well they're doing. See if they're going to need any more space. And we're also going to be seeing how much that I possibly messed up in the past. I am notorious for doing that. So I do want to check why waiting for some of you guys to negotiate in and adventure in. Just want to make sure that I'm broadcasting where I should be broadcasting. Great, I am. So that's all that matters. So we're good to go. So that's what we're going to be checking out. We're going to start off with this one. So I will try to do my best to hit up the chat, but I will miss it from time to time just because of the nature of how I'm doing this. It is going to make it a little bit harder to... It's going to make it just a little bit harder for me to see everything, but I'm going to spin this around so I actually can see exactly what we're doing, unlike I've done in the past where I thought I've shown you guys things on the screen and you can't see things. So for those that are wondering, I do have the smoke here. I'll probably need to put some more because it's been smoking for a little while. But I'm going to put that down because I don't like to use the smoke. I am wearing my gloves, short sleeve shirts, and I'm going to start off not wearing a veil. I will get a veil if I absolutely need to, but I usually like to try to avoid getting the veil. Right now I'm actually standing right in the bee's pathway, so I'm going to move you guys right here because I don't mind if the camera's in the bee's pathway. I just want to try to stay outside of the bee's pathway. So this is the hive that we're talking about. I need to clear off some of the stuff off the top. You can also see I use this area for a place to store all the extra supplies that I've got sitting around. You might ask why. Why not? So what I'm doing right below me is I'm getting an extra spot set up so that if I need to, I need a good place to put the frames when I go through them, and so being able to put them right here below my feet is extremely useful. This crap out over here. Perfect. I've dropped a piece that I need. Okay. So these are the Bee Gees. These are the blue. They're part of the blue bee family. If you guys have watched me earlier this year when I released these guys, these are kind of a calm bee. They are supposed to have a virilimite protection. Just means they're heavy groomers. They are normally more of a calm bee. So we will see. So already, if you guys see this right here, already looking like these guys are ready for another frame. I think I've got something sitting at the house ready to go. I'm not sure. But the fact that there's bees popping out through the top means that they guys are rocking it already. So let me get all my tools to have on my person right here with me. The downfall to this right now is I don't have an extra. This is an 8. I don't think I have an extra 8 sitting around. So, with these guys, because I know they're going to be okay, we're just going to kind of casually look at these guys. We're just going to give it a really, really just basic look. I'm not really going to dig in deep. This is what I was mostly, this is actually what I was mostly interested. So if you don't see what I'm talking about, you'll see how there's a group of bees coming out the hole up here, which means that they are rocking it. It means that there's plenty of bees in here. It means there's probably too many bees in here. I do have this as if I have to for emergency purposes. So if you look at this guy, see that? Lots of bees on the lid. That means that they need some more room. I'm going to set them right down there, kind of out of the way. If you guys want to see where I set them, I just set them right there. They're kind of the way. I won't kick them. I won't bump them. Things of that sort. So we're going to get into here. Let me move this. Let me move these guys over right here. So I'm going to move this right here. I'm going to get you guys a little closer because you guys are probably more interested in seeing what I'm doing with the bees than look at my pretty face. So it actually looks like we're going to pull up a couple frames. We're going to see what's going on up here. And then we're going to get a decent idea of if what's going on, if this is going to be honey, if this is brood. What I don't want is I don't want these guys to swarm. And so swarming just means they're not going to have enough room and they're going to adventure off to someplace else. But so far, these guys are doing very, very well in this spot. This is a brand new spot. Never tried this spot before. When we step away, I'll give you guys a better idea of what this spot looks like. So I'm just carefully trying not to stress out the bees. And I need to get one frame out of here. The reason for the one frame is once I get one frame taken out of here, it'll make the rest of it very easy. So I've got my frame picker-upper. So this still got plenty of room. They've not filled this up with honey. They've not filled this up with honey or anything yet. So the good thing is that there's plenty of room. So I don't need to add anything just yet. That's kind of good. So now we were on the end, so we're going to come in one. So I'm going to pop this next one. Get a good idea of what's happening here. Okay, so if you guys see that, that's actually all brood. So that's good. That means that the queen's been up here. She's been laying up top. Means that she's a good layer. You guys can see quite a few bees doing their thing. Everything's looking good. I'm gonna put this in here. Might be looking to see if I can, so we might be trying to split today. So I'll talk you through that if we decide. I don't have a good group of these bees yet, so I'd really like to get a nice split of these guys. So if I can get 2 frames, I'd like to find some brood that's not quite that mature yet. If I can, that would be spectacular. like these guys so far. I mean, I know I'm just in this, but so far everything's good to go. Everybody's looking good. We got some nice brood up here as well. So you guys can see the capped brood right there. I'm seeing some larvae there. This one actually might, this one might be good. Not as many nurse bees and such that I'd like to see on here. To be able to add this into the next one, the split that I'm doing. But so far, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, mostly with this one, I'm just gonna spend time at the top. I'm not really gonna dig down with this one because these guys are doing good. If I do take some frames out of here, I do need to make sure I replace them with some good ones. So these guys got plenty of room on this side, which is good. Pattern's looking nice. Ah, yeah, this is actually a frame. This is the frame that I want. So let's make sure the queen's not here. Got a drone right there, which is the thing that little pops out right there. Let's see if I can get that a little closer. You guys can see that one. Maybe you can't. Anyways, there's just one single drone brood on here. That's cool. I'm really happy with this one. I want to make sure the queen's not here. If the queen's not here, I'm totally stealing this one because there's lots of stuff on here. I don't see her. Got some honey. Some young brood. Yeah, this will be great to start a new. These couple frames that I have right here are exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly what I'm looking for to start a new colony. These guys are just doing exactly what I want them to do. I actually couldn't be happier, guys. This is very, very nice. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna zoom in as soon as I get. I'm gonna get a couple more of these frames down. I want to get all these frames off here on the top, so I get a good idea of what's going on. This one's looking really good too. Looking really, really good. Then you guys enjoy that little bit of the sound of the bees for a minute. Listening to the bees is always something I enjoy. It's one of the more enjoyable things about being in here with the bees. I really like their sound. She's starting to run out of room, so I'm definitely going to need to give her a little bit more room, but Actually, I think we're doing good right now. They're drawing out. Okay. Doing a little bit of nice drawing out here. Nothing too crazy. I'm just gonna check this last one right here, seeing what it's doing. So, any word and Sumatra / kangaroo. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are well. Just playing around with some bees, getting in here doing the bees. Thank you so much for the stuff. That's awesome, dude. 80% off because someone doesn't realize that honey doesn't expire. That's awesome. I mean, I guess when you got government and such, everything has to have an expire date. It's just absolutely silly. Oh yeah, look, they got plenty of room on this one too. So I don't see any plenty of room. Look at that. Not a whole lot going on up here. Plenty of room. No eggs down on this part yet, which is good. Putting some honey and some sugar on this side. So we're good, we're good, we're good. Like I said, I'm not going to dig deep into this one today. But I'm going to do, like we said, we are going to do a walkaway split today because I do want to, I want to try to make this a new hive. I want to try to add some more bees. So I need to figure out where. Ah, there it is. I think I can put 3 frames into this one. I can. That's what it looks like. So what this is, guys, is you'll see this little one. This is a good way to start off a little colony. So we're going to start off a little colony in here. So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to make sure there's no queen. I'm going to step you guys away for a bit so you guys can see. We're going to step away just a bit. Sylvia's making some noise, so let me give her some attention. You guys might she's right there. She's just scratching her she's just scratching right now. Little tail wagging. Okay, she must be done playing with the tree, so we'll spin back to the bees because that's what we're here for. So let me get this set up so I can show you guys exactly what we're doing. Actually, the sun's in a really awkward place. You guys can't really see what I'm doing, so let me try to move this around so the sun's not such an awkward place. So we're stepped a little bit away. So we have a little box. It'll only hold 3 frames, 3 mediums. I made queens in this before, so we're gonna try to do that again. I got my brush with me, so let's brush this off. Let's make sure that there's no gook or anything really bad in here. I cleaned this out already once this year, so I'm not too worried. Also torch the insides. So now I'm gonna grab a frame. We're gonna inspect each frame. We're gonna look for a frame. So what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking for some capped brood. That's gonna be the cap stuff that we saw, and we're gonna be looking for some little larvae. So they look like little worms. So that means that those are future baby bees. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure we have plenty of other bees in that. That's what we're gonna use that lid cap for. We're gonna shake those in, and so we're gonna try to do that. So I know the first one isn't what we're looking for, but those last couple looked pretty good. So while this doesn't have a lot of bees on it, I don't know if you guys can, let's see if I take my glove off. So this one's got some nice larvae down there. So I am seeing a few clump in there, so we do want to make sure that I don't have the queen. Put my glove back on. So I do want to see that clumping right there. I just want to make sure that they're just clumping because they want to and that the queen's not there. So I currently am not seeing the queen. Man, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'm not seeing the queen. But again, like I said, there's bunches of little larvae in there. You can't really see it on this frame. I think I'm going to give this frame back to these bees. I think I'm going to give them this just because it's a good, they laid it very well. These are very young. And I still got to decide what we're going to do. Hello, new follower. Yeah, exactly. Don't drop it because that's something I'm really bad at doing. Okay, so here's the next one we're looking at consideration. That's a really good pattern. We got some honey up top. We got some honey there. And then, I don't know, maybe you guys can see them in this one. If you guys can kind of see the things that look like little white. So, those are some future bees that haven't been capped yet. This one's really good because there's plenty of eggs, some capped brood. I'm not seeing the queen yet. That's what we're checking. That's what we're looking for right now, is we're looking for the queen. Make sure she's not on here because we're going to do a walk-away split. What that does is that simulates like they just swarmed. And then these guys will say, oh no, we don't have a queen. And so they'll start making a new queen. And then I'll have a queen here born on the mountain. So I have not harvested royal jelly. That is not something that I have done yet. I have zero experience with that. The other thing I'm doing is while I'm in here, it's not the ideal thing, but I'm doing a kind of a Rillimite check. So yeah, they all get sealed. So at a particular age, some of them get to the point where when they get sealed, that means that they're starting to develop, and it's not as long before you're ready to have the bees. There's a lot more. I'm just kind of being very layman's right now with explaining things. But what we're doing is I want to see some unsealed, and see if you guys can see those. Like, I'm trying to get an angle so I don't have to touch the screen. You'll see some white ones right there at the top of the screen. This is actually exactly what I want. It doesn't have quite enough bees on it. This side does. I'm going to put this one in there, especially now that I almost dropped it. Yeah, that'll be good. That one I'm really happy with going to be able to add bees. So I need to find 3 frames. So that's what we're looking at. I think actually only going to need 2. So here's another one. This one's going to have a lot of mature bees coming out pretty soon. It's got honey on the side. It's got a lot of capped brood. A lot more capped brood on this side. Some fresh larvae. We're double checking for the queen is what we're doing right now. Yeah, these guys, these particular guys are pretty. These are the blue bees. This particular hive's called the BGs. The blue bees are pretty calm, especially this year. I'm pretty happy with this colony that I have. That's actually why I'm doing this. Is I'd really like to get another split of these guys. I'd really like another good colony of this. What I don't want to do is add the queen into this mix. So that's what I'm doing, going through. And since I'm not going to be digging into the whole deepness of this hive, that's why I'm kind of spending the extra time with these couple frames that we're going to be putting in here, so that you guys can see how calm bees are. You guys can see how close they are to my face, and it's really nothing you have to really too much worry about, especially these guys, because these are most everything on here is going to be the nurser bees. Their whole job is to tend to the babies and to make sure that the bees turn into more bees. So, yep, I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think we'll go with these 2 frames. So I've got those sitting. I'll let you guys see. You guys can see them sitting right there on the ground. That's the new. We're gonna start off with the new small. I'm gonna really try to focus on getting. I'm mostly focusing on the queen because I can always pull some more from these guys. So I'm gonna get the lid. Yeah, let me shake. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shake a few more bees into this hole, and I'm gonna try to do it as responsibly as possible. So I'm gonna put it up here. Actually, before I shake those in, I'm gonna set this up over here so I can easily put this one back together. So yes, that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm imitating what they would do in nature. So in nature, they would come in here, and once they got full, they would start producing some more bee. They would start producing more bees, and then either the queen would then pick some frames, and then she would start. She would lay some royal jelly and start some queens, or the workers would start putting feeding some stuff to royal jelly with the plan on a split. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing it for them. I'm saying that they're going to do this now, and I'm making the decision for them. I need to pick this one up first, though. Okay, I know that well, you can't really see what I'm doing. I know that little one seems like it's got a lot of bees in there, but it's not quite as many bees as I would like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shake these bees into that. I'm going to put this back in here. I got a guy buzzing around my head. Just one guy. I'm just trying to get him so he doesn't. There's a guy that keeps buzzing around my head. I'm just trying to get him so he doesn't get too upset. I think I'm okay with that right now. I actually think I'm looking at that now, and that might be a good amount of bees. I just need to go up top and get some more. I need to go up top here, and I need to get, I need to figure out, I took out 2 frames, so I'm going to need to add in 2 more frames. I did just make things more complicated for myself by putting that there. But, you know, no worries. You can get it accomplished. So I've got this frame here. It's got some extra comb on it, so I'm going to put this frame, I'm going to go put this frame in there. Get this stuff out of the way so I'm not stepping over everything anymore. I'm still going to be 1 frame short. So I got this frame, so yeah, that's kind of the rules. That's kind of the rules, is that that's one of the funny rules that we have on the channel, is to kind of counteract the Turkish flag as we post 1 Welsh flag. So why? Just because it's funny. It's just kind of funny. So I don't normally do these kind of thick plastic, but we're going to try one of these plastics in there too, just because then if I got this done, I got this one ready to go. We are going to, after we do this, we're going to jump into a couple other things real fast, but I want to get this in there. Okay, so here's what we got so far. If you guys want to see, you guys can peek right over there. There's what we got. So we just got to put the lid on that next. And then we got to put a lid on the other one. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, we get for some reason my channel, the Turkish here on DLive really like to get on here, and so sometimes I get bombarded with lots of Turkish flags. So it's just kind of the way. Instead of banning anyone, instead of telling anyone they're not allowed to post things, it's kind of just our fun way to play back and to play kind of the game back. So next thing I'm going to do is we are going to put the lid on top of it now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is what I wanted to see. I'm just carefully sliding this back because I try not to squish anyone, because I don't really want to squish any of the bees. Because the more bees you squish, the more angry they get. So if we can avoid squished bees. Oh, yep. I forgot I did this since I had it. The reason we're doing this, didn't drill a hole in the top. Okay. So I walked away there for a second because I did get one sting. I did get one sting right there. I don't know if you can really tell, but I got one right there. And so I was walking away, trying not to get the adrenaline pumping on myself, because once you get stung, you automatically kick in some adrenaline, and the bees also leave a pheromone, and so they start making they start smelling that, and so that means that it's time to come check out what's going on. So I'm going to give this one a second to cool down. I'm going to give myself a second to cool down the adrenaline. It's just naturally what we do when we get stung. It doesn't hurt. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the little red mark. Probably can't even see the little red mark. So it wasn't one of those. So unlike the bees out front, when they hit you, it's like hitting you with knives. These guys kind of poked me, and so it's just kind of annoying. It's more of an annoying type of poke. This one, one thing that we noticed is that when bees sting you, it depends on their kind of like their attitude. If they're really, really angry and they hit you really hard, it actually hurts more. And then you actually seem to swell up more. Where if it's more of a more calmer sting. So the other thing is, guys, if you get stung, so this is for honeybees, just to make, so if you get stung and you see the stinger, and let's say this is the stinger in my leg, and you'll see the little sac, and it'll be pumping like this. Don't squish this. So if the sac's pumping like this and you squish this, all you're doing is you're pumping all of that adrenaline back into your body, and you're just adding more of that, venom and poison. Where if it's like this, just scrape it off. If it's pumping like this, just come in and just kind of scrape it off. That is the best. That's probably one of the best bets, because you just squeeze the little sac. You're just putting all that stuff back in there. So, still feeling it a little bit. Still feeling the adrenaline pumping through the body a little bit. So I'm giving myself a second to calm down. You know what I might do? I might grab the. We might go get some smoke, so we can get into this one, because this next one I want to get into. This is actually the main reason I want to get out here. I did what we wanted to do there. So let me spin around so you guys can see. So I wanted to do a walkaway split. I'm still going to need to add the lid to that one, but we might do some bee exchanges first, and that'll be fine, because I actually want more bees in that little one. And I'm going to take that little one this evening, and I'm going to move it farther away, because, yeah, that's just what I want to do with that one. And then we checked the top of that one. I'm pretty happy with the top of that one. I'm not going to get into the carnies today, because that's just not on my agenda today. But this is the one I want to get into next, because I really need to see, I need to see if they queen themselves, because that's what I'm mostly interested in. Actually, I'm not even that interested in actually finding the queen. I just want to see if there's eggs. If there's eggs in there, then I know that they have been queened, because I need to look at those, and then I need to look at I got one other hive out front to see. I want to see if there's queens. So let me take you off here. Let's go grab some hay. Let's go grab some hay. Let's do a little. You're really wiggly. I don't know why my gimbal is so wiggly today. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to turn the gimbal off. Turn it back on. That should fix the wiggly. Okay. So we're going to go walk. We're going to go grab some hay. You got the ducks hanging out here. I don't know if you guys ever seen rushes bloom, but rushes are round. They live in swampy areas, and they do these really cool. They bloom very interestingly. So, no, it's it's actually pretty warm. It's pretty warm today. I would say for you, Dimatra, probably 30, 32. And maybe not as high as 32. That might be pushing it. But it's a very warm day. So So that's the other one we have to get into later today. I really need to check that. We're getting cold evenings though. Like we got the other evening, Dimatra, the other evening it got really, really chilly. It got all the way down to, let's see, for you guys, it got all the way down to about 4. So, yeah, we've been having some crazy temperature swings. So this is the hive. If you guys see on the other channel, this is the one. That's the other one that we have. So I'm gonna go get some hay. Here, you know what? You guys want to know the exact temperature? I'll go walk and I'll tell you what the exact temperature is. So, because it was a hot day. It was a warm, hot day today. A very warm day. Sometimes I don't use the word hot because if I use the word hot, then it feels extra hot for me, and so I just like try to ignore it. The sun's probably not going to make it seem so I can do the temperature very well, but I'll do my best. So, yeah, it's about 28. It's about 28 C. Yeah, it's about 28 C, almost 30 C. So, yeah, I'd say it hasn't got up to 30, 32 C. That's about 90 here. So, but yeah, it got all the way down to, I would say about right. I would say probably about 4 C the other night. It was definitely chilly. I knew I was pretty right with my conversions from Fahrenheit to Celsius. I've got that down pretty well now. Yeah, Dimatra, you would like flat top during our summers. You just wouldn't like it during our winters. Oh, there's the new hay tent we just acquired. So we're gonna be if you guys want to see the way we jerry rig in floors. So this is the way we're gonna put in a floor. So we've got those pavers that help do for floating porches, but then I also have an old bed frame, so I don't have to use bricks in the middle. And then we'll level this off, and then we'll put the hay on there, and I can use smaller wood because wood is so freaking expensive. So we usually do this slightly different, but with the price of wood right now, I'm trying to save money. We're just working on lots of stuff. So yep, bed frame, cement blocks, cement pavers, good stuff. Bunnies are still happening. Oh, if you guys apple trees are appling like crazy. These are Arkansas Blacks. They'll be ready late October. This the apple tree appled like crazy this year. It was spectacular. Super, super happy. Super happy how well it appled. Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing. We were walking away. So yeah, we use wooden pallets too sometimes. I also do. We also sometimes we'll keep the hay and such up here, but. I've been using all my wooden pallets for other things, so. Dan, I have, this is the first year that tree has really appled very well. So, no, we've not, but with how well all the trees have appled this year, there's a good chance that cider is on the horizon, and my pear tree right there. That's a pear tree right here. That pear tree is gonna pear like crazy. I'm gonna be so covered up with pears, so I'm totally gonna try to make some pear cider this year. So got a handful of hay, so we're gonna head back down. You guys can see it's supposed to, there's like storm clouds, and it looks like it's, you know, it's been wanting to act like it's gonna be raining sometime soon, but you know, whatever. I mean, we got a good rain yesterday, and we're supposed to have rain all week, but it is kind of the driest. You know, like I'll point this out. Like as I say, the fact that this isn't full of water means that it's pretty dry. So. Oh, you guys know, a lot of you guys know that I make elderberry tinctures. I just wanted to show you some of the elderberries. If you've never seen elderberry in flower, so there's some nice elderberry flowers flowering up right there. This is a little small elderberry patch that I have growing up in the middle of the hayfield is where my big elderberry patch is. Okay, so let me put you guys back on the hook. I've got my stand here, so I can do all this kind of stuff. So give me just a second while I screw you guys back in. Great. Okay, let me go get the smoke. Let's get some fire starting. As soon as I figure out where I put the fire thing. Thought I stuck it over here. Oh, I see it. Okay. So what we're gonna do. Got the fire starter. So. Oh man, I prefer cider over beer almost any day. I really love cider. Cider's one of my favorites. Okay, I've spun the camera around. So I'm gonna get the fire started. Actually, it's probably more exciting to look that way. I'm just starting a fire. Not anything super exciting. So yeah, Dan, you'll have to tell me what yeast you use, because I'm interested. I was going to try to make some pear cider this year, and I would totally be interested if someone has a good recipe. I'd be really interested in a good recipe, so. Okay, use the dry yeast? Okay. So, got it smoking pretty good, so we're good to go. Get my glove, and then we're going to get in on that other hive. getting my tools. That in place. Let me get my other two tools. Now we're gonna get down in there. Oh yeah, I was spinning this around because it's easier for me to see, so I can make sure that you guys were. Okay. That's what we're getting into. I'm purposely not trying to cut these branches here because I like the protection that they give. It just does make it a little bit harder for me. Oh wow, yeah, we probably have a problem here. Looks like we might be honey bound because there is honey poking out of the top. And so I'm gonna have to be extra careful here because if we're honey bound, and these guys will be angry. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, it's absolutely overflowing. All that is honey. You know what? I'm not going to get in here and mess with this one. So, so what do I do with all the honey? Well, I eat a lot of the honey. I use it. I make sure a lot of it keep it for the bees. So, and all that kind of stuff. And such like that. So, you guys can see lots of honey there that's broken. You guys can see the bees in there. This doesn't work as quite. This doesn't zoom in quite as well as I want. But you can see bees in there. I think honestly, I'm gonna need to move these guys to a bigger house. So I'm gonna pop this right back over here. And I'm gonna make a crazy assumption, assuming that because they're doing so well and that kind of stuff, that we are good with a queen right now. Because I'm really super interested in that other one. That's kind of the main thing I'm going for. And if I'm gonna get into these guys absolutely need a bigger house. So let's go address that next issue with the guys that are gonna need a bigger house. Since I know those guys are going to need a bigger house, and I don't have all of that stuff right. Well, I probably have the stuff. I don't have the frames because I'm really kind of limited on my frame size this year, especially since I expanded so quickly. Because those guys are in expansion. So let's go. Let's go check out. Let's go out front and guys. So, because this one we're going to walk to right now, this is the latest walkaway split I've done. So, yeah, clay absolutely makes really good face scrubs. I actually like to use clay on my face. I actually prefer clay over soap. I've never put honey. I mean, on purpose. Probably because I have a beard and it will get really sticky, but it might actually be a really good, something I might have to think about trying. So. Okay, so this one I can lower. So let me get this in place so I can lower you guys a little bit, because you don't need to be so high. Perfect. I think I grabbed everything but the smoker, so we're just gonna deal with not the smoker. You guys can see all my crazy electric ways that I run electric around everywhere. So what we're gonna be looking for in this one, we're going to be looking for a queen. That's our goal. This is a walkaway split from about 2.5 weeks ago. They were making queen cells, so we should have a queen in here by this particular point. No, usually that doesn't happen. What'll happen is if one split is stronger than the other, it'll just completely rob out all the food, and the other one will kind of join it. But you usually don't have too much of a war type situation. Okay, just seeing some bees. And this is the end one, so I'm not expecting a whole lot. So we're going the next one in. Okay, I'm gonna have to, those two frames are stuck really well together. Okay, we do have a queen cell right there at the bottom. It's right there. It kind of looks like a piece of popcorn, so. Yeah, this is, no, this seemed like a good sign. That queen cell's not open. It looks like there's another queen cell right there as well. I'm not seeing any larvae or anything. So we have a queen cell that was knocked open. Don't know why. No larvae or no queen just yet. But having those queen cells is actually a good thing. I am seeing really a lot of clumping right there. So if you guys can see, kind of right there, there's a lot of clumping. So sometimes, or they just kill the extra queens. Usually, if you're lucky and I can find the extra queens, then I can requeen something. I'm trying to peek in here. I don't see any eggs or anything just yet, so. A lot of bees. Doesn't look like any larvae yet. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if there's any larvae in there. Anything new, any eggs. Yeah, nothing yet on this one, so. No, Demetra, it doesn't, because the bees can also, the colony can also make the decision that it doesn't like the queen and just kick the queen out and install a new one. So the queen doesn't actually roll the roost. She just is the main egg layer. And okay, so far we're through 3 of the 5 frames. We haven't seen a queen yet. We've seen some queen cells, which is really good. And so far things are pretty good. Lots of bees in here, and the fact that there is 2 queen cells that haven't emerged yet, which means is a good sign. We could dig in here deeper. If I actually do find a queen, I'll probably come in here and maybe try to cut out those queen cells and use them for something else, because having queens born here on the mountain is totally something that I'm striving for. That's one of the goals here that we're trying here, is to preserve queens that were born here so that they're native and that they grow up here. That means they're acclimated better to our environment than ones that were imported here over time. So most likely, if I'm going to find a queen, it's going to be, or if I'm going to see larvae, it's going to be on this frame, because they're usually more towards the middle and not so much at the ends. So lots of bees. There's another queen. There's another, yeah, I can't tell. It would have stung me like right here. Oh, I think that's a stinger right there. I have to pull that out. Yeah, so that's probably right, where was it at? I'll get that stinger in a minute. right there is another right there is another queen cell. So, which is good. So I'm saying at this particular point, there's no queen in here, but they're trying really hard to make one. So let me put this back in here. Okay, so let's see if I can see if that is actually the stinger is stuck up in there. Yeah. So let me spit so I can. I tell if I got it or not. That's what you shouldn't squeeze it like that, but it was just barely touching into my beard, so we're good to go. Yeah, no, I'm not really gonna swell too much. You guys can see the sting right there, so bring on the pain. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. It actually feels more. It actually just feels like it more got caught more on my hair than it did in my skin, so I'm good to go. So that's 2. I mean, that's not bad. I went through 3 hives. Well, I peeked into 3 hives today and only got stung twice. That's not bad. It's not a bad day. So. Yeah, no, it definitely is. No, the beard, I will say that the beard really, really helps. So what I need to do is I need to find some honey. I need to stick some honey on it. But we'll get some mud while we're waiting. Because you're right, mud's a good point. Get some dirt here on the ground. Lick the dirt good. And there we go. Problem solved. So. Yeah, you must have. Well, it kind of also would depend on the kind of bees. Kind of depend on the kind of bees that were nearby and what you were doing. So, because they might not have been honeybees. So anyways, guys, I want to show you. I want to show you guys. Most of you have not been able to see the market garden yet and how well it's doing. So. Now, I'm not normally afraid of germs, so germs don't usually bother me. Plus, it's my dirt. I know where it comes from. So we'll see. Well, will be interesting, guys. We'll see tomorrow if I get swollen up here. Yeah, right here is the sting. So, okay, so we're gonna go walk out. We're gonna go check out the market garden. I want to show you guys. What's going on there. So. As if I don't hit the tree. Yeah, I think, it's funny because my finger right here is swelling. I noticed it when I hit the dirt. I maybe got stung on my finger. I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I only got stung here and once on the wrist. So the one that you guys saw me, if you guys want to see that one, you guys can see it's just a little red, but not really swollen at all. Okay, so anyways, we're going to head out here to the market garden. I should say it's going to ultimately become the market garden. And show you what I've planted so far. Plus you guys can see the hayfield in all of its glory right now. It's beautiful right now. There's not, what I'm gonna do, Dan, is we are gonna set up right in front of our building, right there on the road. That's Route 19, where you can see the car going down. And we're gonna set up a little market stand there. And we're just gonna sell fruits and veggies and such like that from there. That way I don't have to travel very far. Don't have to do a whole lot of work. Oh, anyway, so you guys, I told you guys I planted a bunch of fruit trees. So here's some of the fruit trees that I planted. So I planted 25 through here, so that they're pears and apples. So in the next couple years, it'll be a spectacular pear and apple, a little pear and apple orchard here on your way out to the market garden. Hey, thanks for the follow, Southern Girl. So these are the potatoes. So you guys can see the potatoes, and I've got some potatoes here, and you can see them growing in the hay. But this is what these are what I've been planting. So you guys know I don't normally like to till, but corn prefers to be tilled. It's not really good to. It's kind of hard to grow corn other ways. But I wanted to show you guys this. So these have been in the ground for a little while. I mean, a couple days. So here's the corn. This is the corn. And right here, these are going to be peas or beans. Some of these are peas, some of these are beans. So you see corn, and right next to it's growing peas. And then right here, you guys will see this. And this is, these are crookneck squash and regular squash. And you guys can see how close they are. So the idea behind this is, and then I've done rows all throughout like this all the way through. So this is the Three Sisters idea. So as the corn grows, the beans can then grab onto the corn, and then they can use those as the corn stalks. And then as the squash grows and has more ground cover, it will then help it so I don't have to do as much weeding later on in the season. And so all the way down here, I planted a mix of that together. And there's some other stuff. There's some clover growing in here, which I'm not so worried about the clover. Clover's a really good nitrogen fixer. But you guys can see, kind of as straight of a row as I possibly can. But no, it worked really well. Like this is going to be a great example right here where the two are going to coexist. Where the two are going to coexist very, very well. There's some weeds right here, but that's okay. And so the beans / peas, depending on where I'm at in my garden, and the corn are going to do really well together. And then lots and lots of squash. And I didn't grow a whole lot today, a lot this year, because it was really late in the season. We had some crazy weather, so had some crazy weather. Had really, really late in the season frost, and so like this is really late. This, the rule of thumb is corn should be knee high by the 4th of July. This is totally not going to be knee high by the 4th of July, and maybe it'll be ankle high. So, and then I've got some other stuff. And the other, I've also, I'm bringing the chicken and rabbit hay over here, and bringing the chicken rabbit hay there, and it's doing very well. And then I'll show you guys what also, another tactic I'm trying is, so this is more of, in here, I planted some different types of berries, and so this is going to be berries and such in here. That's why it's wood chipped. But we'll ultimately, when I'm ready to go, where the hay is, we'll come and we'll wood chip all of this as well. So, and then I'm going to be bringing a beehive up here at some particular point, because I want some bees up here. But you guys can see this is just a nice little area. And then once the fruit trees grow, where you walk through that gate, that's where the fruit trees are, and that'll lead you back to the main part of the farm. And then all the hayfield, which, you know, we're just a few weeks away from being able to get hay at the hayfield. And plus, it's just a really nice place to sit, especially with just being able to peek at the sky like that. Because, I mean, it's just a beautiful sky. That's why I have a chair here. If I just need to, if life gets too crazy and I just need to calm down a bit, I just come here, I sit here, and I get like just beautiful skies like that. You know, watching the clouds form. So the reason why the clouds are forming, some of you might wonder why the clouds form, and you kind of see the front right there, is so over that ridge, and then before you get to the next ridge, running right through that is the New River. So, and that's where the New River is, and so it's just spectacular. If you've not seen a picture of my house, if you'd like to see it, it's 1897 Queen Anne Victorian. If you look up Mavis Manor, it's got a Wikipedia page, and you guys can see some pictures of the house. The website is mavismanor.org. It wasn't working the other day, so I can't promise that it's there. So, yeah, there's a church. That's a church right across the street. So right across the street from my house is a church. Yeah, about right there is where I'd put the right up there is where I'd put the market garden. A nice place for people to. It's really easy for people to get off the road. I'll show you guys. You'll see it pretty well when the truck goes past. I think it sounds like a truck coming down the road. So yeah, right there on the edge of the road, I'll be easily be able to put a market garden. I mean, like a farm stand and such like that. And yeah, the clouds do look fake, dude. It is crazy, but that's just awesome. Oh yeah, and that's crazy. Lucky for me, like the clouds are settling in here, and it's starting to cool down in the evening. See, the cool thing is even though I have no idea what time it is, what time is it? It is 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock here, and you guys can see the sun has already kind of set over type of the mountain. We will be doing stuff with the beeswax. Right now, we've just been collecting the beeswax. We've been wanting to make candles and other things from the beeswax. We just had so much on our plate this last year or two that we just haven't. But I've been collecting all the beeswax and have lots of cool things. This next year, 2021, late 2021, 2022, I have lots of great. We're really going to start rendering such. So let me show you another cool thing about living in West Virginia. As you guys can see, RTVs or ATVs and such like that, perfectly legal to drive on the road. A lot of people drive them on the road here. Well, that was a pretty fast zoom in. Sorry. Sounds like there's another one coming down the road. We'll zoom in. Could just be a truck with big tires. Nah, I'm positive. It sounds very much like an ATV. Yep. But yeah, lots of cool things for next year. We want to start making some more products, start being able to start generating some revenue from here on the farm. More than I'm already doing, but mostly just letting the farm generate some stuff. And then really the idea is we're going to add campgrounds. So the idea is I want to put in like 5 primitive campgrounds. So, and then after that, I want to start integrating, I want to put in some spots for people that have campers and things of that sort. And then hopefully be able to get an intern at that particular point. So, because that's what we're really looking for is having an intern soon. And then we'll really be able to do we'll be able to double most of the stuff that we're doing. So the next thing we're going to be doing, I'll start heading back to the house now so I can show you guys. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're really going to be focusing on some hydroponics, some aquaponics and some hydroponics. I've got some stuff that I want to set up. Oh, this is how I watered. This is my water barrel. So and right now I've been growing water hyacinths in here. It's a good way to keep the mosquito population at bay. And plus it's just cool. So have I heard of Harvest Hosts? I have not. No, the intern thing, I couldn't find housing, and then he had a better opportunity, and so I told him to jump on that better opportunity right now. So no, the intern thing did not work out with Dorkside. So, which is okay. It gives me a little bit more time of really just getting in and just really making sure I've got some good programming set up. And we can do some more cool, crazy, fun adventures first. And I can waste my money on crazy, fun adventures. Like trying to build I really want to build a geodome greenhouse out of conduit pipe and an old trampoline. So, yeah, Demetria, in the future, as soon as I get things set up a little bit better, I want to add interns. That's been something I've been wanting to do for a while. I just really want to get interns. I want to be able to teach people some of the stuff that I know, and I want to be able to do some more fun adventures and having some extra hands. Some projects require 4 or 5, extra people, and so it'd just be nice to be able to snag a few extra people and having some people here so I can work on some more bigger scale projects. That's really what I'm really kind of excited about wanting to do. So. Oh, that sucks that that his bees didn't come back. Oh, here you guys want to say hi to Miss Sylvia? Oh, okay. So here, this is what we're gonna do. I knew I was kicking some. So we're gonna be I've got 2 of these. We're gonna turn these into some hydroponic growing beds, and then ultimately, what I want to do is, it's too late in the year this year, but as soon as I can, I'm gonna set these guys up. We're gonna have the growing beds over top, and then I want to start to grow some different types of fish in there. I'm gonna start out with tilapia, because they're hot water fish and they grow quickly, but I want to ultimately move over to like catfish and maybe some bluegill and fun things like that. I think that would be really fun and really interesting. So. Oh no, the whole reason to raise the tilapia is to eat. Like, that would be the whole purpose of raising the tilapia. Yeah, you could totally do koi. That koi would be a very good option as well, especially if you could breed, if you had it set up well to breed the koi, and then you could sell the koi for people that were looking for that kind of projects. So you guys can see the clouds behind me and how they're even pumping up even differently. So I want to show you guys the porch bees, and then show you guys how well they're doing, and then we will call it an evening. But we're gonna go say hi to the porch bees first. Oh, and my cool purple flowers. So for years, this thing, this plant, this vine here that I planted here, had been kept getting weed whacked, and things just weren't well. But now I've got it finally blooming as cool as I want it to bloom. So I finally get to have the cool blooms and Lisa's birdhouse that we put there. So, okay, up to see the porch bees. Oh, and then I can also show you my other tool, which I haven't quite mastered yet. That's why I haven't taught you guys how to play. So here's the porch bees, right up here by the porch, just hanging out here on the porch. And here's you guys want to see some of Lisa's awesome handiwork. So my logo, my Firefly logo, Lisa burned the Firefly logo onto that new beehive. So it's very happy with that. But there's my toy that I bought this year. I splurged and bought myself a scythe. So very excited. I've actually practiced a little bit with it. I haven't quite mastered it yet. I haven't quite got the swing in it, but man, is it a cool tool, and it is a lot easier to use than I ever really imagined. And that one actually is so that's a Swiss, so an Austrian. That's an Austrian blade. This is a European scythe. This is actually customized. This has been customized for me, so it's actually designed for my height and my arm length and such like that. So very excited about playing with that some more. Has it just gently been playing with it? So I guess we'll walk over here. We'll check out the other bees as well. So these are the here's these guys. These guys are rocking it. I just added that blue box up top. And these guys are doing very, very well here. So the reason I have these guys here, this is an experiment. So and yeah, like these guys, these guys are doing really well. These guys are really good. Hey, Coin Captain, thank you for the follow. And very, very happy with what these guys are doing. These guys, I have these guys here because those of you guys know one of the things I think is hurting my bees is the cell tower. So this one only has one cell tower that is here, but the other cell towers, because the house is in the way, you've got all the levels of the house protecting these hives. So this is kind of just an experiment. These are the cherry tree hives. Yeah, no, I mean, I could see that, but once you get good at using a scythe, you could probably kill as many zombies with that as well, if that's something you so needed to do, which I'm not really too worried about zombies. But, and then these are my two hives. Both of these, last time I checked, both of these had queens in them. I do need to expand these because there's one hive on this side, and then if we swing over here, we have another hive on this side, and so this is like a double. This is a nice little castle. So oh, and then I also have the fruit trees here, and then I planted a couple more fruit trees here. So yeah, it's like a duplex. Yeah, it's a good way to it's definitely a good way to winterize bees. So yeah, as a master gardener, I'm supposed to also say that cell towers have zero effect on bees as well. But as someone who has spent time with bees and that lives by cell towers, I don't know if you guys have seen it. We'll walk over here real fast and I'll show you guys the cell towers. Yeah, that's just crap. Let's just put it that way. I think that I would much rather the extension office say that is unknown if the cell towers, because not all cell towers are going to affect things the same way. So I'm gonna, like, that's something I can definitely say, like, depending on what cell towers you have, it's gonna affect things different ways. But I know for a fact that cell towers affect something. So that's the problem with where I live. As much as I love everything about living in Flat Top, that's the problem, because there's a radio towers, and that, and that are cell towers. And then there's another, and then there's, NOAA tower and a ranger station. And there's, I think, 22 antennas that are broadcasting from up there. So yeah, I've got the 22 antennas right there. And then I have the one cell tower. And then I have the one cell tower right up there. So now the good thing is none of those are 5G yet. And the other good thing is, I'll tell you guys another thing that why I don't worry as much. So right on the other side of that is Interstate 77. And so most of the cell signals are heading that way. The same thing with this tower. Most of the cell signals are heading back that way. So see what my battery life is. Oh, my battery life is great. Let's go for a little walk. So we're gonna go for a little walk up the mountain. We don't normally get to do this, and since I got plenty of battery life. So the road we're walking, guys, this is the original West Virginia Turnpike. This is also the road that we're walking up, and the road we're going to be walking up is also during the Civil War. This would have been one of the thoroughfares that the Union and the Confederate soldiers walked through as they were heading up this way. So this road was decommissioned 100 and a few years ago in 1919. So this is also where I have my disc golf course, and this will also be where this will also be the road and such that you walk down, that you have to drive and such for the camping and such. Let's let the thing so you can see the cool cloud right there. Yeah, my disc golf course on here, that's funny because I'm standing up, yeah. Disc golf at Fort Mavis. You guys get to see the cows today. You guys don't normally get to see the cows on my stream. We'll walk here and say hi to the cows so you guys can see them. I'll pause here for just a second, so maybe I'll even zoom in. Cows up there grazing in Piper's pasture. That's the name of that particular area where they're grazing. So there's one of my disc golf courses. The cow seemed to bump that one again. It's kind of cockeyed. Or the Appalachian word, Saigoggin. If you guys have never heard Saigoggin, Saigoggin is the same thing for like the meaning of catty corner or cockeyed or cattywampus. So there's my pond. So actually, I just lease out my land currently to a neighbor that he brings his cows up here temporarily, and we kind of just do a kind of exchange like that. I'm not quite ready to. I don't have all the equipment to have cows, and he can use the land. So, and so it's just it works out well for both of us. So. So I think, that house, I'm not sure if it ended up selling or not, but it looks like the people are moving a lot of stuff out, so maybe it did. So, oh, these are beef cows, Dan. They are beef cows. I'd love to get milk in exchange. That would be totally worth it. I love raw milk. So I'll show you guys one of the spots that I'm going to put a campground or a campsite. So I'm going to put another campsite about right there. So we'll do it'll be a raised platform. I'll probably attach it to that tree and that kind of stuff, and then it'll be right here. It's not you don't have the prettiest scenery, but it's a nice tucked away spot. And then of course, I'll do some landscaping around the outside so that when cars drive past and such. So. Yeah, you could. I mean, I've drinking raw milk for a long time, and I've never had any issue with it. It's all about knowing how clean the animal was when you produce the milk, and how well you store the milk. I will give everybody a heads up though. If you're first time drinking raw milk, expect to have some stomach issues and some digestion issues the first time until you establish a new colony of enzymes. So I will this is another spot where I want to put a campsite, just because this is still just one of my most favorite shots of where I live. I think this is just absolutely awesome. Just such a cool overlook of my kingdom. We're gonna head all the way up today. So a lot of you've maybe not walked all the way up to the top of the mountain, to the top of Flat Top Mountain. So that's where we're gonna head. We'll stop a couple times and look over some of the cool scenery and some of the cool things that you can see. But in general, we're just kind of going for the walk all the way up. At some particular point, that was my parents' old van. I'd like to convert that into I'd like to turn that into like a little tiny house cabin. So you got some cows here. So right here, that's actually the edge of the county line. So it's between, like, my property is the edge of the county. Did I eat dinner yet? No, I have not ate dinner yet. Oh, I have metal detected. We find bullets on a very regular basis. This is a really, really fun place to metal detect. If any of you guys do ever come visit me here in Flat Top, you should, and you have a metal detector, you should bring it. Or I can just bring out mine and we can play around. But you find horseshoes and you find car parts and you find stuff, so. So this back corner back here, where we're heading to, is property that my neighbor owns. And at some particular point, there's like 23 acres behind me. That at one particular point, if it ever goes up for sale or if I ever convince him to sell, I'd love to square it off, square out my property and have it would make about 56 acres if I could buy that 23. So that would be really cool. But as of right now, I have 33 and I'm very happy with what I have. So this was actually one of the forks in the road. During the time, you can see the road used to go that way and took you to different types of towns and such like that. And then the road came up this way, and this is how you got through different types of ridges and such. So we're going to start definitely increasing elevation here. Oh, there's the weird, that's the weird Navy tower that's by my house that you can't normally see. But people in black trucks appear if you kind of like try to climb that and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and we don't really have neighbors. So like you guys have seen, like the nearest neighbor, there's like past those woods, there's a guy that lives right down here. There's a guy on the other side of that tower where you go, I don't know, maybe 2,000 feet. There's another neighbor. There's behind me, I'll show you guys once we get to the ridge, where there's like nothing behind me. There's Winter Place Ski Resort, and there's really nothing there during the daytime. I mean, during the non-winter months. Daytime, yeah. During the non-winter months. So, you know, and we got the cell tower. It's cooling off up here. Must be getting ready to rain in the future, or in that way. So feeling like a Flatlander. Oh, okay. It's raining over there. I'll see if I can show you guys. So I don't know if you guys have known this. Let me get up a little bit higher because it's not going to stop it from raining. Oh, so cool. Okay, so I can show you some really cool stuff. That's what's so cool. I'm going to go all the way here to the ridge. And it's really cool. I can show you, you guys can actually see it raining in the distance. And even over there, you can see it raining hard and causing fog. So, okay. So, thanks for the follow. So, see that right there? That's where the rain's coming down. So a little bit of light rain. You guys can see more rain. I don't know if you guys can see that lightning, but here's where it gets crazy. Like you can see the rain. You can see how much it's raining right through there. So much that's causing the fog to, hey Kev. And then you guys can see over there. Zoom in, let's see if I zoom in, if it screws up the rendering. Oh, it does not. Yeah, so look at that. So you can see the rain. It's raining over there so much it's causing fog to come up that way. You can see the rain there. You can see the lightning in the background. You peek over there. Big gap of not rain. Rain. I don't know though, this one's still fun right here, man. That's like just that gap of rain just right there over that hillside. So cool. And then you guys want to see the clouds above me, because the clouds look awesome. They look magical above me as well. So I'm standing here, we're on top of Flat Top Mountain. I'm at really close to the third highest spot in the state. So you guys want to see, I'm right underneath the cell tower. But this is actually the excitement's over here, man. Like that's just, look at that. That is just beautiful. That is so cool. You got the sun like kind of right up behind the cloud right there. You got the lower clouds, because you got some of the lower clouds there. So So 3,500 feet. I'm not sure what that is in meters. Actually well, right now I'm about 3,600. So oh, I get it. I get it. Sorry, Damacha, I missed your joke. I mean, you probably do get higher if you come up here and you get high. You know, you get to be higher. So it's cool because we're not gonna get. What's crazy is see all that rain there. We're not gonna get we're probably not gonna get any of that rain. Though I'm jealous because I'd like to get that rain, but it's just sitting. This thunder cloud right here, I'm starting to see lots more lightning from that one. Let me sit here for just a second. So I'm guessing, I've heard a couple thunderclaps really, really far away. I mean, we're probably looking at, I don't know how many miles we're looking. At least 25. I really like the pillars, the light pillars over here. The light pillars are beautiful. I'm gonna sit here again and see if I can see any. Maybe if I stare in one spot long enough, we might get lucky, and you might get a nice little dancing of the Dancing of the lightning. I'm not sure if the phone will even pick it up, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure that one. Not sure if that one was visible. That was really fast. So. These weird clouds right there, like these little puff clouds. See those little tiny like weird puff clouds right there? That's really weird by those pillars. Very intriguing to me. It's totally worth walking up here too. Yeah, that light pillar is just, that one right there is just, man, is intense. That's just a major light pillar. So. That storm is moving really slow too. The one right in front of us. I mean, Yam, you could, or if we're sitting right here, you could just, you know, hook up to the generator that's right here. Oh, if you guys want to see this way's not quite as exciting today. But that's that mountain you see in the background, that's East River Mountain, that's Virginia. So that far mountain in the background is Virginia, so. Don't know where that came from. So I'm currently not standing on my property. My property comes back again. My property makes a big L as soon as we get to that fence. That fence right in front of me, we'll be back on mine. Oh, you're welcome. No, oh, hopefully it'll pick. I wonder if it'll pick it up. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can stay calm. Can you guys see that? It's super, super rainbowy for me. It's kind of mildly rainbowy for you guys. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see that rainbowy. Let's see, where's the perfect spot there? So yeah, it's kind of like a sun rainbow right there. It's really cool. Kind of looks like a shell. Yeah, right there in the middle. It's kind of those clump of clouds right above the white spot. It's kind of rainbowy. Sorry you guys can't really see it, but it's really cool for me. Oh, it's one of my neighbors that owns it, so I'll show you where we're going to, as soon as we get back to the ridge up here, is we'll be back on my property. So no, the power, no, it's just my neighbor. So that's why I want to try to buy it off of him one day, so. Okay, we're almost back, and now we are back on my property. So if you want to turn around, you guys can see that's the ridge that we walked. So like that particular part is, we don't own, but now we do. We're back on mine. I mean, I have a great, what I have is I have a really beautiful view of this direction, like with no human stuff in the way. And then a pretty nice view of this direction as well. I'm facing, let's see, that would be west. The sun is west. So this would be, that would be about north. Yeah, that's roughly north. So. Yeah, that's about right. And Dan, you were asking, rarely do people ever wander up on the property. I usually don't have too many wanderers. I do occasionally have people ask if they can like walk up here, or because I have the disc golf course, sometimes people will wander up here and things of that sort. That's kind of the reason. That I put in the disc golf and things of that sort. Is I don't mind as long as people aren't, gonna hurt anything. I don't mind people enjoying the land. I think that I view land as something that everybody should get a chance to enjoy, and if I can preserve it the best way I can, and other people can get to enjoy it and not damage it, I think that's just a great way. That's why you'll see there's not a single no trespassing sign on my property. I do have a respect the property, respect my land type ideas, respect nature, but nothing that says you're not allowed to be here. I do prefer people to let me know that they're coming up here, but that's really, if someone doesn't, it's not also that big of a deal. I just prefer it. So it's one of the woods. Killer attack rabbits, yes. It's a nice, since we've been walking, that cloud's been forming. That cloud's been forming very nicely. It's a really nicely forming cloud. As someone who is a naturalist, and someone who considers myself strongly idealistic, I'm idealistic as well, but I also believe in individualism. I think that if I want to share my property with other people, and I want people to be able to enjoy what I have, I think that that's something that I want to choose to do. And if that means that I want to try to buy up more property so I can share it with more people. Ooh, cool, guys, look. See this right here? That's a nice wild turkey feather. We're going to take that. Thank you, Mountain, for providing me with a wild turkey feather today. And thank you guys for convincing me to walk up here. I'm glad I did. You got to see beautiful. Oh, this is I like this view too. I might be able to zoom in and show you guys a little bit better. So what's so cool here is the layers. So you can kind of see how it layers all the way that way. So I really like the layers right there are just really cool and such like that. So and then like right there, right, that tree line is about the edge of my edge of the property up here. So we're gonna walk down there. Ooh, there's a deer. Oh dear. You guys, let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see him. You guys can see him right there in the center of the screen, wagging his tail. I don't hunt turkeys, but this would be a good place. This would be a good place to hunt turkeys. So no, I am not vegetarian. I just don't. I just don't kill things. Hey, we're going same place he's going. Well, he's actually heading. He's going to head all the way into the woods that way, so we're not going that way. But no, what I like though is, man, it is fun to come up here on the mountain and try to sneak up on the turkeys. It's really fun. I do really enjoy that. I did see. I did hear. I think it was last fall, I believe, is that there was a grouse up here, which I was super excited about the grouse. If you guys have never experienced grouse, the thump of a grouse, it is really cool. Just some random flowers growing up here on the mountain. Really cool. Rosebush. So grouse is a bird that makes a thumping noise, and they thump. And if you're in the vicinity when they're doing their noise, which is actually just it's a mix between the way their feather and air, and the way they breathe, and the way they can puff up their chest and feathers, and you'd have to figure it out. But anyways, they make this like percussion, like a bass. And it feels, and since you're an Oz, so you've never experienced it. It's like standing in front of pure bass on a speaker, but you're out in nature and you're hearing the stumping and you're feeling it from like inside out, like somebody has like a heavy bass line going on, and it's really, really interesting. But yeah, being out in nature and experiencing a grouse, the grouse thump, is something I really I pride it. So That deer is just, he's just hanging out. Wants to know what I'm doing. He probably wants to come back to a spot. So this, where we're gonna walk down now, this is where used to be one of my, this used to actually be a hiking trail I had. And then this used to also be some disc golf course. But as you can see, there's a bunch of trees have fallen and I have not spent a lot of time doing that. No, chiggers aren't bad here. So no, chiggers aren't bad. Ticks can be something that you need to pay attention to. And we don't really have a lot of mosquitoes because of our bat population. So, and yeah, Dan's right. The chiggers, because of our harsh winters, and we have harsh winters here. So, you know, I average about 90 inches of snow and cold temperatures in Fahrenheit down to negative 20. We can see those are not uncommon. So, and with the elevation, everybody's correct. So chiggers, yeah, not so much. Thank goodness. Not a big fan of chiggers. I'm not a big fan of chiggers, and I'm not a big fan of no-see-ums. So, oh, so by the way, guys, this is the only hemlock. This is the only hemlock I have on my property. So you guys can see that little hemlock growing right there. So I have one hemlock growing on my entire property, and that's the only one. I want to try to plant some more. I haven't gone around and done it yet this year. I just haven't had the gumption to go do it. But I was going to go and identify all the different types of tree species that I have on the property, because I just think it's really cool to know how many different types of trees and such. So it smells like a hemlock. I like the way hemlocks smell. I think it smells awesome. So yeah, Pirate, Kansas sounds like a place that is very interesting. I'd like to visit. I've never been there, but my Lisa's my partner, her brother and his wife, that's where they met, is University of Arkansas. They're Razorbacks, and you know, they loved parts of Arkansas where they lived. I think it's Fayetteville. So. But I like snow. I'm a fan of snow, so I want to live in an area that's going to snow. And that's why I like it here. As much as I love things like and I loved going to Costa Rica, I love the cloud forest, I love the rainforest, I love that kind of stuff, but man, not having snow. See, look at my ducks. My ducks are up here hanging out at my neighbor's house. My neighbor's house that he uses for vacation rental. The ducks are just up here, just being ducks. So the neighbor that owns that field, Yam, that he also owns this property, and he uses this for vacation rental. So oh, on the Mavis Pharmacy page, I've added 2 new cameras. If you guys want to see where one of the cameras is if you guys look, so you guys can see it from this angle. I mounted one of the cameras up there so you guys will be able to see the cows. So. is you'll be able to come back over here and see the cows and such like that. So, got some bunnies. Here I am. Look. Just some of my bunnies just hanging out, hopping in the road, doing their bunny thing. Hi, Fernando. Fernando, you can mostly get to just see his tail, so. So as you guys can see, the ponds, the swells are pretty dry. I've been digging out that one. I'm gonna make them both deeper, but some of you've probably not seen. How deep the ponds are. Look, yeah, I'm another bunny hanging out on top of the earthwork dam eating grass. Oh, there's another bunny. See, so yeah. So that dude's just, you can see him, he's just chilling out. That one's over there eating. Nah, the cat doesn't bother the chickens, the ducks, the bunnies, nothing. He'll eat some songbirds, but that's really about it. Doesn't really bother anybody else. Well, this is the fence I've been working on. So as I'm going to keep continuing on the fence. I'm continuing on this wooden fence down here. And then see, I have the fence a little bit higher down here. I'm going to get closer to this. So, and then more bunnies, because lots of bunnies just play around in our yard. Okay, guys. Well, thanks you guys all for joining me on this fun adventure. So, I will, I might get into the other beehives tomorrow, so maybe I might do another show tomorrow. But Thursday night, Thursday nights is when we do our show. If for some reason weird stuff happens, like what happened last week, I do have prohibited.tv. This is my backup place where I do streaming, just in case DLive does anything really crazy. So I think I probably should head in. Oh, my glasses are glowing well. And thank you guys all for joining me on this fun adventure. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. And yeah. Again, if you want to see this, if you're new to my channel and you've not seen the 24-hour stream, Mavis Pharmacy here on DLive, you can see the 24-hour stream of what's going on the farm. You guys can check it out. That's Lisa's channel. Otherwise, this is me. We just talk about farming, cool stuff like this, bees, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, guys, it was good seeing you all you new people that followed. Thanks for following. And I look forward to talking to all of you. And by the way, if you want to be part of my Discord, !Discord, and you can join the Discord, and we also do different types of talks and different types of stuff over there. So if you guys want to check out that's cool. Anyways, I will see you guys all later. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening, and see you guys later this week. Adios.